neighborhood, which far from being evicted by the government, today is part of the urban tourist route. Well, with the struggle of the people of the town, the few neighbors that were there I understand, because when I was born it was already there, not like that, but it was already done. With self-construction? Yes, self-construction. Each one built his own. Some put their things of zinc, others of cardboard, others of wood, and so on.
En la década del 50, decenas de familias se
In the 1950s, dozens of families settled here, like thousands of neighborhoods throughout Latin America. Among others, my father was one of those who arrived in well. Everyone built their own little house, you know, but by the end, look at what we have achieved. There are some beautiful houses here.
y que se alternan con negocios, bodegas y
And alternating with businesses, warehouses and popular enterprises that visitors can visit on their own, or together with the street leaders who organize the neighbors. We are already having the title of the lands, thanks to our revolution, because it is really thanks to the revolution that we have been receiving all these things, all these beautiful benefits.
Pero también gracias a la ayuda mutua.
But also, thanks to mutual aid and popular organization.
It helps the people. Well, that is why we were helping, because this is a sovereign fish. The kilo of goldfish is worth $4, and in those other places you can get it for $12, $13, and here it is $4. Well, the neighborhood is excellent, they buy, but it is on credit.
No es turismo de pobreza.
Is not poverty tourism. Is knowing how the Venezuelan people are resisting. It has served to unite the community. We are all happy. We are happy united because we know that what is coming is good for the improvement of the whole community and person.
Entre sus callecitas está Susana.
Among its small streets, there is Susana. At 106 years old, she is a living bastion of the recent history of Venezuela and a source of pride for her community. She was a worker, a parent, and worked in family homes. Among them I carry my President Chavez, that every day in the world I tell him when I am killed or die and God calls me, that my President Chavez goes with me in my coffin. Because he was a man that gave me a lot of advice. We all went out together in a van, all together to drink, with the propaganda and do all that.
Un sueño socialista por el que Susana trabajó.
A socialist dream for which Susana has worked since she was young, and that today, with more than a century of life, can finally live in her own struggle, and that of all her neighbors.
Jesús Romero y Paola Drachnik, teleSUR, Venezuela.
Palestinians in the Tulkarem refugee camp in the Israeli-occupied West Bank loaded mattresses, blankets, refrigerators, washing machines, and other belongings onto vehicles on Thursday, before the planned Israeli demolition of their homes.
Our building consists of 4 floors. 4 families live there. There is coordination. Israeli soldiers only let 2 people from the family go in, out of 5 people. But as you can see, the Red Crescent took out a washing machine for us. It was a big struggle to get it out. They faced humiliation, insults, and were wronged after a struggle. Most of our belongings were brought outside the house, placed on the ground. They won't let them move it. What will 2 people be able to take? Nothing.
The Israeli military has been carrying out an operation in the West Bank over the past several months that displaced, at its height, approximately 40,000 Palestinians.
Even if we want to go back to our homes, there are no homes. There isn't even infrastructure. Our homes are not there. We might go just for visits to the place. The camp is uninhabitable because, as you can see, what the situation is like. There is no infrastructure, no health services, no homes. There are many who, if they decide to go back to their homes, they would find that half of the home had been destroyed. There are people whose homes are fully gone.
Israeli forces have emptied and largely destroyed several urban refugee camps in the northern West Bank, like Tulkarem and Shams, that house the descendants of Palestinians who fled or were driven from their homes in previous wars.
I have my house facing demolition, and I have my son whose house was threatened with demolition. My son left to Jordan with his family, and I couldn't remove our belongings. They used my house as a military barracks, and the Israeli soldiers used it for sleeping. The last time I went to my house, I unfortunately saw their underwear and dirt on the beds. This never happened in the 1948 war or the Six-Day War of 1967.
With the announcement of settlements expansion, the number of displaced persons in the West Bank is expected to increase considerably. The Israeli government announced on Thursday that 22 new settlements will be built in the occupied West Bank, the largest expansion in decades, as raids and arbitrary arrests continue in the area.
La samba es un género musical y un baile que personifica.
Samba is a musical genre and a dance that embodies the essence of Brazilian culture. It emerged between the late 19th and early 20th century in the suburbs of Rio de Janeiro, where the Afro-Brazilian communities gathered to celebrate their tradition and express their creativity. It's a fusion of African rhythms, European melodies, and indigenous elements. It's characterized by its melodies and lyrics that often deal with themes of love, joy, and daily life. The word samba is believed to have African roots, possibly derived from the term semba, which refers to a type of Angolan dance.
Que se refiere a un tipo de danza de Angola. Como danza, se caracteriza por sus movimientos enérgicos.
As a dance, it is characterized by its energetic movements, which often include sliding steps, turns, and undulating hip movements. The steps vary according to style and region, but generally involve quick and agile footwork. The colorful costumes, adorned with sequins and feathers, complement the beauty of the dance. The samba is danced in couples or in groups, and is often performed at carnivals and festivals. One of the most important characters of this dance is the portabandeira, a woman who carries the flag of the samba school. She is a respected figure in the community. There is also the Rainha da Bateria, or the Queen of the Drums, a beautiful and charismatic woman who parades at the front of the drums. The pasistas are also part of the procession. They are the dancers who parade in groups.
Son los bailarines que desfilan en grupos. En cuanto a la música, la samba se distingue por...
As for the music, the samba is distinguished by its syncopated rhythms. The main instruments include the guitar, the cavaquinho, which is a type of ukulele, the pandeiro or tambourine, which is used to mark the rhythm and add ornaments, a large double-headed drum called the surdo, used to mark the pulse, the tambourine, a small hand drum that creates fast and complex rhythms, a whistle called apito to give signals and mark, as well as other percussion instruments. The mestre sala is the director of the samba school, who leads the batería and coordinates the parade.
Que lidera la batería y